So I'm cruising through this coastal resort town in northern Vietnam. Heading here, I completely expected to be hit by a wall of sound. The typical roar of tourist crowds, street vendors, the usual summer buzz. But honestly, it's the exact opposite. There's this quiet, almost haunting stillness in the air. Looking around, it feels so deserted compared to the vibrant, bustling place it used to be. Vietnam's economy has been booming lately, but looking at these empty streets, I can't help but feel a little uneasy. It makes you wonder, is all this economic growth really being shared equally, or are places like this being left behind? The weather today is actually pretty cool and nice, but there are still just a handful of tourists scattered around. Maybe I'm just in the wrong spot. To be fair and keep an open mind, I'm going to keep riding and check out some other areas in a bit. Even the traffic out here is pretty backed off and sparse. Because it's so quiet on the road, the only thing filling the air is the loud roar of the waves crashing onto the shore. Just look right ahead, there's a man sitting there on a chair, just waiting and waiting for customers. It honestly breaks your heart a little to see that. Man, this place used to be packed, even on weekdays. It's so close to the city center, making it a breeze for locals to just pop over for a day trip, or even just for a quick evening getaway after work. With the turnout being this low, I can't even imagine how heartbroken the small restaurant owners out here must feel. Honestly, if I were in their shoes, I'd be completely devastated. Look at the lady running the drink stall on the sidewalk. There's literally no one there. My heart just absolutely goes out to her. Honestly, I'm just lost for words right now. Seeing all of this, it just leaves you with a heavy heart. But thankfully, I'm finally seeing more people out there swimming and enjoying the water. Man, I really hope I was wrong with my first impression at the start of this video. There's just something so peaceful about the sound of the ocean crashing. It's honestly pure relaxation. Looking at the water, it instantly takes me back to the days of swimming in the river when I was a kid. The water has this slight tint to it, a natural mix of silt and sediment from the rivers. But check this out, I just caught a really cool sight. There's a man over there, working hard to pick up plastic bottles and trash along the shore. This is such a kind, selfless act for the environment, and honestly, people like him deserve some real recognition. While I'm filming, this amazing ocean breeze just hits me, and man, it feels incredible. It completely washes away all that suffocating, sticky heat we've been dealing with the past few days. This lack of tourists doesn't just hit the restaurant owners. It directly affects the livelihood of the drivers in these yellow electric shuttles, too. For them, these visitors are their bread and butter. Look at that. The restaurant staff are literally standing out in the street just to flag down customers. That's how desperate things are right now. Okay, this spot has a bit more of a crowd. But honestly, it's still just a drop in the bucket compared to what this entire resort town actually needs to survive. What really makes you think is that it's the middle of summer right now, the absolute peak season for a beach town. So, where did everyone go? Summer is when these folks make their living for the entire year. If it's this empty now, you can't help but worry about what happens when the off-season hits and the crowds completely vanish. I actually stopped to chat with the lady at the drink stall for a bit. And man, you could just feel the heavy sadness in her voice. It wasn't just about a slow day. It was the weight of wondering how she's going to get by. Well, that's about it for today's ride. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.